What's up, guys? PSGINT here. I will talk about PSG transfer targets in this video, and if you're ready to enjoy this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel to always stay tuned to the content. Let's go. So this is for me the best starting 11 Paris Saint-Germain can put out right now. If you look at form and quality, this is the formation, these are the players, and the only one I don't see fitting into the starting 11 or not good enough or that we can easily upgrade is Idrissa Gueye, sadly. So adding to it as well, with Marco Verratti having played maybe half or a third of his Paris Saint-Germain games in the last seasons, we need a crucial midfielder either to replace Idrissa Gueye, to partner up with Verratti, and to play instead of Verratti when he's injured. First one, KESSIE. This is very possible with him only having 1 year left, or now 6 months left on his contract with AC Milan. AC Milan are still trying to get him to sign a new contract, whilst PSG are sniffing around the Ivory Coast man. So he's 25 years old, and he's a box-to-box midfielder. He does a bit of defensive work, a bit of offensive, but mostly it's those progressive runs, it's those progressive passes, and as we can see, 3.13 progressive passes per game with an 88.3 pass completion. He also has 0.1 non-penalty XG. That's very good for a midfielder, and we need a bit of more goals and assists from our midfield instead of only the attack and sometimes the wing backs. He also as well has 1.1 shots, so he takes shots. He's very good at long shots, very good at pens, and as well he has 1.93 blocks per game. So it shows that he has a defensive side and an offensive side. So he's a perfect midfielder to pair up with Verratti. Gives that team so much energy, so much aggression. A bit tall as well, wins his headers, and very strong player. KESSIE, his market value according to Transfermarkt is 48 million. So us getting him on a cheap, either in January or trying to get him in the summer, would be a very, very good deal for Paris Saint-Germain. So free in the summer, maybe 10, 15, up to 20 million in January. It's all about if he wants to sign an extension or not, and his first move is Paris Saint-Germain, and the most probable one. Next up, we have MILINKOVIC, 26-year-old, 70 million market value. His contract runs until 2024, so there's still a lot of time, but he has fought with his current Lazio manager Maurizio Sarri, so a departure is imminent for the Serbian. It's a very similar situation to maybe Alejandro Gomez in Atalanta. He's a fan's favorite, but he had to leave when he had a dispute with Gasperini. So Milinkovic-Savic will add something very, very important to this Paris Saint-Germain team, and that's height and strength. He would probably be the tallest behind the goalkeeper. Even our centre-backs aren't that tall. Kimpembe is a bit tall, but Milinkovic-Savic would really add everything we lack to the midfield. So height, strength, shooting, very needed. And he has very good stats all around, mostly attacking wise. So 0.27 assists per game. That's amazing from a midfielder. 3.09 aerials won, and he's in the 1% in Europe for aerials won. 3.46 touches in the penalty area. So he gets the ball in the penalty area, gives it to other people. 5.72 progressive passes, which is amazing as well, which can help out Verratti a lot because he's the only midfielder that's very good at progressive passes at Paris Saint-Germain. And the 0.18 no penalty XG, again amazing from the Serbian. He would be a very good signing. I don't see it happening this January at all, with us maybe not having that much money, and Lazio won't be able to find a replacement in time. And I haven't seen that many reports about Milinkovic-Savic. Most reports came from like 1 year ago, and Leonardo is a very big fan of the Serbian, so we will see. This is one of my favorites to sign for Paris Saint-Germain. Next player, Houssem Aouar, 23 years old, 32 million market value, and his contract as KESSIE runs out this summer. Last season was Hussam Awar's worst season in the past 5 seasons, and but this season he's picked up where he left on, and he has been really good. Leon aren't that high in the table, but Hussam Awar has been one of their best players, and yeah, he has that one great amazing thing, and that's he's good with the ball. He can dribble, he can pass with it, and that's very important to Paris Saint-Germain midfield with players like Idrissa Gueye, Danilo Pereira, Wijnaldum not having that attribute. So he takes 3 shots per game, 5.2 touches in the penalty area, 2.63 dribbles completed, and 3.73 shot creating actions per game. That's again amazing, and we need a bit of attacking threat from our midfield. He will let Verratti do the defense work. He can also help out, but he will much more be in the attacking third, pressing and so on. So this would again be a very good signing, weakening one of our rivals, getting Hussam Awar either in January for a very cut price or for free in the summer. So again, like from KESSIE, I can only see a dub from it. Either if we get him in January or in the summer, but I haven't seen any links reporting Paris Saint-Germain's interest in the Frenchman. Next up, so this is our, if you said B team, the second squad, and what place I think should be upgraded. So in goal, no problem. Keylor Navas we have. Right back, I think we need to upgrade. Dagba isn't that good. Again, centre back pairings, Kerrer and Diallo. Again, not good enough, or we should be able to sell them and upgrade. Juan Bernat is very good at left back. Midfield, Wijnaldum and Paredes, I think they're both quality good enough to be B players. I don't think Danilo is one. And the attack, Di Maria, Icardi, Draxler. I mean, Icardi is already on the transfer list, but he can be there as long as, because if we come up against the Mets or Dijon, I can still be, because Icardi has actually scored 16 goals in 2021 this calendar year, so he can still do something with the smaller positions with Di Maria and Draxler flanking him. So there are the first upgrade would be for Colin Dagba, and it's Fabien Saint-Onze. So his market value is only 8 million. He's 25 years old. He would happily leave Mets, who are in a relegation battle at 19th place, for bench role at Paris Saint-Germain. He's French, so he would really want to join Paris Saint-Germain, and has very good stats actually. So 1.96 dribbles per game, 3.45 clearances per game, 2.42 blocks per game, 2.45 interceptions per game, 0.92 shots, and 7 progressive carries. So we can see he's a very defensive player, but he takes still at least 1 shot per game and has that progressive carries from the right back spot. I think this is a no-brainer. We will get him on a cheap price, and he would want to join us and would happily be on the bench, not a high wage as well. So this one would be great, because I don't think Dagba, he has reached his ceiling. This is the best he can get to, whilst Fabien Saint-Onze is already a better player, and I believe can even get better with better players around him at Paris Saint-Germain. Next up, for the right back spot, it's Chadailllе BITSHIABU. So he's a 16-year-old Paris Saint-Germain player, youngest player to debut in Paris Saint-Germain history. He's left-footed, yeah, but I mean, these are rare in football. Plus he's 1.96. I mean, that's again one thing that we lack is the height, and he would really add it from the academy. I think this is as well a no-brainer. He should be playing there instead of the likes of Kerrer and Diallo, because this is someone we can actually improve and become a great Paris Saint-Germain player. And I think that this youngster deserves a chance, much more than Deadwood that only take high wages. These guys don't have that high wage, and they will really fight for the spot with them being from the Parisian academy. This is always their dream. Ever since they joined the academy until now, they have been called up to the first team. They want a place. So for me, him instead of Kerrer every day in the week. Next up, for the other centre-back spot, it's Lisandro Martinez, 23 years old, 25 million market value, playing for Ajax Amsterdam, and has been really great. He can play either as a centre-back or as a centre defensive midfielder. He has been opted to play as a centre-back at Ajax mostly this season, but as I said, he can play in both positions, and he has really good stats. So 93 pass completion, 91 passes, 2.65 tackles, 2.42 interceptions, 5.25 progressive passes. So a really good defensive numbers, and he can get the ball forward from a centre back position. So these are his stats from playing as a centre back, and as a midfielder, he's still really good. Even his attacking numbers. Again, he's left-footed. These are rare in football, so it would be really nice for Paris Saint-Germain to sign a player like him. He's Argentinian, so it would fit in with the likes of Paredes, Angel Di Maria, and Lionel Messi. And the last thing about Lisandro Martinez is we have actually been linked with him before. It was before we signed Sergio Ramos, and we needed maybe a centre-back, or him playing as a midfielder, or in that flexible CDM to centre-back spot in the 3 at the back formation. So Lisandro Martinez, one for the future, and one hopefully will wear the Paris Saint-Germain jersey in the future. And the last one to Danilo Pereira, it's Xavi Simons. So he's 18 years old. We bought him from Barca. He's good at the ball, being able to rotate it between the players, and as well he has a big image. So if you look at the profile of Xavi Simons, he has a really big image with a lot of followers for being that young and that unexperienced in professional football. But I mean, he played that game against I don't remember the name, but in the French Cup, and he was amazing for being like his first start or something, maybe second for Paris Saint-Germain. And this is a player I really want to see like improve at Paris Saint-Germain and become a great player, because he's actually what we need, a midfielder that has very good vision, very good dribbling, good pace, good stamina, and has that ball control, which is very much needed with the likes of Wijnaldum, Herrera, Danilo Pereira, not that good with the ball if you look at Verratti and sometimes Paredes. So for me, as with Badashile, I don't think that we should be using these dead with high wages. We should instead use these youngsters who are hungry for a start, who will be able to improve and even sell in the future if they are not that good enough for Paris Saint-Germain. Next up, going to the big transfers. So Erling Haaland, this is only if Kylian Mbappe leaves Paris Saint-Germain, of course, which is very probable. He would be costing only 75 million, his release clause at Borussia Dortmund. And right now, I mean, people are saying sometimes Barcelona are favored, sometimes Real Madrid, sometimes Liverpool, sometimes Manchester City, sometimes Manchester United, sometimes Paris Saint-Germain. So I really won't discuss on that point, but he would be really great at Paris Saint-Germain, of course, being a very good finisher, an elite finisher. But right now it's only speculations. We can't really be talking about it. But if Mbappe leaves, I would 100% take Holland to the Pas de Prince. Next up, it's Matthias de Ligt. So Mino Raiola came out in an interview and talked about the likes of clubs that a player like de Ligt could move to in the future if he moves on from Juventus, and PSG were one of them clubs. So we were linked heavily with de Ligt. We were very close to signing him back in 2018 when he was at Ajax, but he opted for a move to Juventus, but it hasn't gone right to plan exactly. So he's looking for a move out, in the favorites or maybe Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid and Barcelona. So again, it's up to de Ligt in the summer which club he chooses. Next up, of course, it's the man, it's the myth, the legend, Zinedine Zidane. I would take him every day in the week instead of Mauricio Pochettino, because what Pochettino lacks is that charisma, that manhood, is that he can actually scream at a player or talk to him and the player will look up to him instead of looking down. When Messi looks at Pochettino, he looks down, but when he will look at Zidane, he will look up. Zidane was actually the only player that Messi has ever asked for an opposition for a shirt. So yeah, at least it's something. So yeah, I believe Zidane would 100% improve this Paris Saint-Germain team. If he would be able to win the Champions League, that's another question, but he would definitely improve us, and I would 100%, 100 out of 100 take him at Paris Saint-Germain. And the last player is Paul Pogba. Again, he has only 6 months left on his contract, and he won't be renewing with Manchester United because they haven't coming back with another offer. and Mino Raiola has talked about Paul Pogba's situation at United and how much he dislikes the way United are treating him, and that he thinks that United aren't a club that Pogba wants to continue at. I would take Pogba, but I don't know, wouldn't that team be too attacking because it doesn't work that much with the likes of Messi and Neymar, of course. I would only take him if we can add another midfielder and a bit more defensive midfielder and maybe play a three-man midfield. But that's for the future. Again, he would be good, but it's not something we can really discuss now. It's something until the summer. We have come to the end, and I want you to comment, what player do you want? What do you think about my opinions on Paris Saint-Germain transfers? If you agree, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe of course, put on those notifications so you never miss any PSGINT video. Other than that, make sure to take care and peace. Allez Paris!